Today we're going to be doing one of Melbourne's favourite runs. So we start from Southbank, just across from Flinders Station, so you can get there really easily, heading up alongside the river, past the boat sheds, alongside the Botanical Gardens, along the riverside, before we cut up through the Botanical Gardens and do a circuit of what's called the Tan, one of the favourite running tracks for Melbourne. So we'll be heading back down past the Shrine of Remembrance and back up before changing over and crossing the river and heading up through Birrarung Marr, where we'll be passing through important Wurundjeri country. And on this trip, we do pay our respects to the Wurundjeri leaders and elders as we're running through their land. And we pay our respects to their elders past and present. Right, let's go. Our starting point is from Southgate, and this is a part of Melbourne that stretches back in the story of the city. It was an industrial area and an area where Melbourne used to party a bit with its carnivals and festivals. Okay, let's start off from Southbank. We're now reaching the boat sheds on our right-hand side. These boat sheds were stretching back to a period between 1859 and 1880 and served as the centre of what was called the Henley Regatta Festival, a festival that really drew massive crowds. In 1925, they drew 300,000 to this area to watch the boats racing each other up and down the river. Now it's been replaced by the Moomba Festival. Ormond's Memorial, one of the World War I memorials spread across this run. This serves as the judges' box, which was the finishing line for the boat races. Right, this is where we split from the Capital City Trail and we head up to Moral Pedestrian Bridge on the ramp. We're crossing the road and we enter the northeast corner of the Botanical Gardens, and we start our run into the gardens itself. These botanical gardens were established in 1846. They cover 94 acres. They have over 50,000 species in them. So incredibly diverse botanical gardens, lovely for a run through. Particularly lovely area of the Botanical Gardens. There's an arid garden, as you can see, and then we also have the Guilfoyle Gardens, named after one of the directors who established the gardens, and on our left we have the Guilfoyle volcano area. Really interesting. Of the gardens itself, but we're turning right up Birdwood Avenue. This is for more serious runners. If you want to time yourself, you can time yourself against the fastest runners around the Tan. These are the records, and we pay our respects to those runners because they ran it pretty quick. Now we're passing the Shrine of Remembrance, a memorial to those that lost their lives in particularly World War I, but in subsequent wars as well. This is a big centre for Anzac Day remembrance activities. past the Janet Lady Clark Rotunda and the Queen Victoria Floral Clock on the left. Once again, we've got the timing clock. The Pillars of Wisdom are here, and they mark the start of the Tan Track circuit, which is 3.8 kilometers long. This is where we cross the Yarra across the Moral Pedestrian Bridge. This joins the main Yarra Trail, and it was established in 1899, the first reinforced concrete bridge in Victoria. This is where we're entering the Birrarung Marr complex. On your right you have the Koori Heritage Trust, and you'll see that you can get some great online resources to educate yourself on Wurundjeri culture from both the Koori Heritage Trust and from some online facilities from ABC. Federation Square, which has gone through a number of different phases since it was temporarily set up in 1968. It has divided opinion on whether you think it's good or not. Then we move past the Federation Square and we... And we join the central station for Melbourne, Flinders Station. It opened in 1854, and for a while it was the world's busiest passenger station, particularly in the 1920s. The main building was actually completed in 1909. And there is a bit of a myth that it was swapped over with Mumbai's Victoria Terminus, that somehow the plans got swapped in the post. Interesting. passing the marine totems. This site actually marks a spot where Harry Houdini conducted a really daring escape in 1910. I invite you to read up about it. We've reached the aquarium. You can actually cross over the river here to keep within the run's parameters. Across the river you will be approaching the Crown Casino complex. You'll have your own opinions on whether Crown Casino is an addition to Melbourne's vibrant attractions or whether it's a place you would really want to avoid. And that's it. That's the run. It's a 10-kilometer run, as you can see, with a bit of elevation and dips, but pretty flat all around. Another one of Melbourne's favourite runs. Try it. You'll love it.